I'm Liz Nedden. Let's have a look at our school exam 2019, and this is question 2F. So here is the question. On a weekday, Conrad burns 20% of the toast he makes. Okay, so he's going to burn 20% of the toast that he makes. And Conrad makes about the same amount of toast each day. Alright, so that's important to think about each day. Well, there are 7 days of the week. Okay, so each day he's making the same. So we've got to do a calculation. The key idea here is we are talking about Conrad. We're not talking about Daisy, just about Conrad. And I've just got the table down the bottom there of the original data. We still want to compare having burnt toast versus not burnt toast. Okay, and instead of comparing Conrad with Daisy, now we want to think about weekdays. So we want to have our weekdays and our weekends. Okay, then I also need my total row and column. And now I need to fill this in from the information I've got. So I'm going to start by thinking, well, how many times did Conrad make toast? And we know from the original data that Conrad made toast 182 times. So that means my overall grand total is 182, because this table is just about Conrad. Now I need to think about this 20% that I've got. So that 20% is referring to he burning the toast he makes. Okay, so Conrad burning, and that's on a weekday. So that's talking about this box here. And he's saying in that box, 20% of the toast he makes is burnt. Okay, so I want to find what 20% of the total amount of toast that he burns is. So whatever that number is. So if I jump down to the table, I can actually grab that number. So we've got a 27 here, and we've got 155 there. So I want to find 20% of 27. So that's going to be, so 20% of 27, I convert that 20% into a fraction, so there's 20 out of 100. Of is times 27, and when I put that into the calculator, that will give me a value of 26. So the chance that he is burnt and it's a weekday, that chance is That chance is 20%, so that's going to give us 26 pieces of toast that are burnt on a weekday made by Conrad. So now I can add up, well, if 26 is that number, then the next number here must be a 1 to add up to 27. So I can do that. Now I need to find the other numbers. So let's think about weekdays and weekends. So how many days are there in a week? Well, we know we've got 7 days in a week. And how many of them are weekdays? Well, we know there are 5 weekdays. So I know there's 182 pieces of toast in total. So I want to find 5/7 of 182. And if I do that, that's going to give me a value here of 130. So therefore, in terms of the weekend, 130 plus 52 will give us 182. And now I can fill in the other numbers, 51 there and 104 here. So there's our first step. So if you were able to get through and find the value of, on the table, of 1, so you're able to get this value here of 1, then that would get you through to your U for achieved. Okay. Now we want to work out this risk. So calculate how much more likely is Conrad to burn toast on a weekday compared with the weekend. So how many times more likely? We're talking about relative risk. So I want to know the relative risk, and I'm comparing my two probabilities. And in this case, we're talking about burning toast on a weekday versus the weekend. So I want to talk about weekdays, and then I want to compare that to weekends, and I want to look at it in terms of burning toast. So the probability of burning toast, given that it's a weekday, well, we know that there are 130 weekdays, and from that 130 weekdays he burnt the toast 26 times. So that's going to be 26 out of 130. Then I need to find the probability on the bottom. Probability of burning, given that it's the weekend. So we know weekends, there are 15 values there that are weekend, and from those 52, the chance of the times that he burnt it is 1. So that's going to be 1 out of 52. So if you get to the probability of finding 1 out of 52, then that gets you your merit. Now for our excellence, we need to work that out, so divide that on our calculator, and that gives us a value of 10.4. So now I just need to write a sentence about this. Okay, so this is talking about Conrad. It's all about him, and we can say he is 10.4 times more likely to burn toast on a weekday compared with a weekend. And if I get my risk of 10.4 and I get that sentence, then that would get you through to T for excellence.